Hello and welcome to Capsule Closet Stylist. My name is Michelle Barrett. I've been a personal stylist for 23 years now, dressing musicians and actors and presenters all over the world. But during the pandemic, when everything shut down, I started an online business at capsuleclosetstylist.com, where I now help private clients build capsule wardrobes through colour, style, body shapes and intentional shopping. So what are we going to talk about today? So today I wanted to talk to you about a colour palette for your capsule wardrobe. So let's get started. So today I've got a little helper. I don't know whether you can see him. World meets Sir Ronald Weasley, Sir Ronald Weasley meet World. I'm not sure how long he's going to stay here, so it's going to be an interesting video today because he's a little bit naughty. Anyway, so let's get started. So one of the first things that you want to think about when you build any capsule wardrobe, well actually there's kind of 5 elements. The first one is your lifestyle. What do you need in your wardrobe for your lifestyle? The next one is your body shape. What type of clothes suit your body shape? Your next one is your budget. How much do you have to spend on building this capsule wardrobe? The next one is one of the most important ones. What do you like? You know, what kind of gets your juices flying? You know, what makes you feel good? What do you put on that actually makes you feel good? And the final one is colour. So today we're going to look at colour. So one of the first things and one of the most important things about building any capsule wardrobe, like I say, is what you like. So what I would suggest you do is have a really good think about what colours you like. You know, I have clients who come to me who want all black, or just want monochrome, black and white, or that want sort of 3 colours or 4 colours, or they want all bright colours. So there's no hard and fast rule. If anybody turns around and says to you, you have to have all neutral tones, or you can only have certain amount of colours, or you can only have this, or you can only have that, don't listen. Actually, there's only one thing in that I kind of do adhere to, and that is that I try to ask people to stick to under 8 colours. And the only reason I say that is because it makes it much easier to mix and match your wardrobe if you've only got 8 colours. So that's one thing that I would suggest. So the first thing I want you to do is have a really good think about what colours you like. Now, if you're totally overwhelmed, go to Pinterest and just pin things you like the colour of. It could be a car, it could be a garment, it could be a flower, it could be anything. You can also actually look at colour palettes. If you go to Pinterest and you search like colour palette, you know, it could be blue colour palette or whatever it is, and just start to get an idea of the sort of colours you like. So that's your first step. Look at colours that you like. Right, step number 2. After you've had a little you've got your juices going, you've had a little look at what colours you like, the next thing you want to do is think about the colours that are actually going to suit you. Now, there are 3 elements that make up a colour analysis. I do colour analysis on private clients, and I don't just stick to the autumn winter kind of categories, autumn, winter, spring, summer, whatever it is, cool winter and all this. And the reason why I don't do that is because I don't think that most people on this planet sit in comfortably within those kind of 4 or 12 categories. I think there's actually more than that. So I'm going to give you some tips today as to how you might be able to determine which colours will suit you. And there's 3 elements that you need to think about when you're choosing colours that suit you. So we're going to go through those now. Now, the first element in choosing which colours suit you is how dark or light you should have colour, and how that kind of sits with your skin tone, hair and eyes. Now, when we choose colours for you, we're looking at your eye colour, your skin and your hair. We're not just looking at your skin tone. So one of the first things that I would suggest is take a little look at a black and white photograph of yourself. So if you haven't got a black and white photograph, get a head and shoulders shot, turn it into black and white and have a look at it. Now, if there's a lot of mid-tone greys when you look at yourself in a black and white photograph, in other words, if you've got olive skin, maybe you've got hazel eyes and mousy brown hair, then in a black and white photograph, there wouldn't be masses of contrast between the 3. Now, if you've got Irish skin, let's say, you've got Irish, like really pale skin and really dark hair, and maybe you've got blue eyes, then there's a lot of contrast between your hair and your skin. Now, what that means is that you can afford a lot of contrast between the colours of the clothes you wear. So it means like black to white. Whereas if you've got more of a mid-tone, you're better off with going more mid-tone colours. So maybe not so much contrast between like a really dark colour and a really light colour. And then again, if you're very fair, and let's say you've got pale eyes, you've got pale skin, and you've got pale hair, then in that instance you would be better off the vast majority of the time with pastel colours, and avoid the really, really dark colours. And like the real dark contrast would probably be too harsh on you. So that's the first area you want to look at, is how dark or light is the contrast between your hair and skin. Now if you've got dark skin and you've got dark hair and you've got dark eyes, then you are better off with the darker shades, and actually the pastel colours wouldn't work so well on you. So this is literally what we're trying to do with colours, is we're trying to literally kind of repeat where you are naturally. So that's the first element, is how dark or light. Now the next element is how warm or cool your skin tone is, and your hair and your eyes. Now this is a tricky one, and this is one where it's quite often to actually get help on this, because it's quite hard to read that without like any training. But I'm going to give you kind of my basic kind of tips now, so that you can kind of have a look right now, do something right now to determine at least what your skin tone is. Look at the inside of your wrist. If the veins on the inside of your wrist look blue, you're cooler toned. If they look purple, you're somewhere in the middle. And if they look green, then you're warmer toned. So you might say to me, well, you know, I can just wear red. I've got warm tone, you know, it looks green, I can just wear red. Be careful, because even one red can have warmer shades or it can have cooler shades. So you could have a red that's quite orangey toned, or you could have a red that's kind of got those bluey kind of hues to it, which is much cooler. So don't be fooled by just thinking, oh well, red's obviously warm and blue's obviously cold, you know, because kind of the vast majority it is, but there's still kind of movement within that. So that's the first thing, is you can have a look now and you can determine whether you are cool or warm skin toned, which will then give you an idea of how warm or cool you should choose your colours. So now we're kind of starting to think, we've thought about kind of how dark or light they should be, and now how warm or cool they should be. And there's one final aspect. Now the last area you want to look at when you're looking at choosing colours to actually suit your hair, skin and eyes is how vibrant or saturated the colour is. So again, you want to look at like the colour of your hair, colour of your eyes, colour of your skin, you know, how much colour is there in there. Now a lot of people think that if you add black to a colour, so let's say we've got that bright red again and we add some black to it, you mix some black paint in it, oh well, that just makes it darker. But actually it not only makes it darker, but what it also does is it takes away the vibrancy of that colour. So that's the other area you want to look at, is how vibrant the colours are within your colour palette. So we're like how dark, how light they are, how warm, how cool they are, and also then how vibrant. Because if you've got quite cool sort of grey tones to your skin, hair and eyes, you're going to be better off with more muted colours. Whereas if you've got a lot of vibrancy and a lot of colour in your skin, like maybe you've got really lots of red in your hair, you know, you're going to be better off with a brighter shade. Let's get back to it. So how do you now choose which of those colours, or how many of those colours are going to go into your capsule wardrobe? So let's say you've had a colour analysis done, you've got your canvas colours there, you've got your paint colours there, you can see really clearly in your PDF what colours suit you, or you've decided to go it alone and you've kind of got an idea of what colours you suit. So you've got all these colours and you're like, which ones am I going to use, you know, which ones I'm going to put in my capsule wardrobe. Right, the first thing that I would suggest is that you choose under 8 colours. Now it doesn't mean to say that you have to stick to under 8 colours for the rest of your life, it just means that it's a starting point. And the reason why I say that is because it's much easier to mix and match, and the whole point of a capsule wardrobe is becoming intentional about what you buy. It's better for the environment, it saves you time, money and space, and it means that you'll be able to create an outfit really easily every morning, and you just don't have all that fussing around thinking, oh, am I going to put that with that or that with that. It's much easier. Now within those 8 colours, the vast majority of people will choose 4 canvas colours and 4 paint colours. Some will have more canvas colours, some will have more paint colours, some will have all bright, some will have all canvas. But the vast majority would do it like this, and let me explain why. So with your canvas colours are almost like the backdrop. They're like the neutral kind of shades to the back of your wardrobe. So think, you know, cream, beige, stone, khaki, black, navy blue, white, charcoal grey. Those kind of colours which are quite muted, and they're quite good as a backdrop to an outfit. Your paint colours are everything else. So they can be bright red, bright pink, yellow, orange, you know, bright green, you know, moss green, all of those kind of shades as well. So what you could do, and what a lot of people do, is they have 4 or 5 canvas colours and then they have 3 or 4 paint colours to just kind of put highlight on top. It's almost like brightening up an outfit. So that's the first thing that I would suggest you do, is choose 8 canvas and 8 colours, and then choose your canvas and choose your paint and decide which ones you're going to use. Then when you've done that, you can start to build your wardrobe. You can start then to actually think about how you're going to mix and match things. And whenever you go out and buy something, you only buy it in those colours, because you know you'll be able to get it home and it will go with something else. Now, like I said before, with the colour analysis and style guide I do, you can become even more intentional, because then you can actually look at the styles and the cut and the shapes and everything as well, know whether it will suit you. So that kind of is a whole other level. But today we're just concentrating on the colour. So you've gone through colours that you like, you've gone Pinterest, you've kind of got your creative juices going, you've now looked at what colours suit you in terms of how dark they are, whether they're warm or cool, and also how vibrant they are. And now from all that, you've chosen 8 colours, 4 canvas, maybe 4 canvas, depends on you, and maybe 4 paint. Now, my final tip for a capsule wardrobe and a colour palette for a capsule wardrobe is, how do you then choose an outfit and put an outfit together? Do you wear all 8 colours in one outfit? The answer is no. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be no. If you want to wear all 8 colours in your one outfit, wear all 8 colours in your one outfit. But it will look complicated. There is one little golden rule that for me works every time and every outfit, and it makes an outfit look cohesive really quickly and really easily. And do you want to know what that is? It's really simple. Just stick to under 3 colours. Now, a lot of the time that means 2 canvas colours and 1 paint colour on top. So it could be you're wearing black and white, charcoal and grey, or it could be you're wearing red and black, or no, sorry, white and navy, or cream and navy, and then a paint colour on top. So maybe bright red or bright pink or bright orange or bright yellow. So you could have a scarf or something like that. Today I've got this jumpsuit on. You can't see it, but the weather is absolutely awful here. It's raining, it's cold, it's wet. I went out earlier to my little local refill shop because I like to refill everything up. I needed some new cashew nuts, and I love the fact of not using plastic, because I don't just you know, minimise my wardrobe and have a capsule wardrobe. I'm really intentional about everything else I buy, and I hate bringing all the plastic stuff into the house. So I was going to having a little walk to the shop earlier, and so I've got this jumpsuit. Perfect. So how can I make this outfit look cohesive? It's really, really simple. There's a really, really simple way of doing it. Make sure your shoes, your belt and your bag, for example, it's a really good combo, kind of all match. It's a really simple way. So you either choose, say, tan or black or whatever it was. You can choose bright red if you want. You could have bright red shoes, bright red bag, bright red belt. Or even your belt and your shoes, or even your bag and your belt, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be all 3, but what that does is it puts a colour throughout the outfit which links it together, and it's a really simple way. I could have been wearing a black pair of trousers and a black and white top today and still done the same thing. I could have been wearing a plain white shirt and a pair of jeans today and still done the same thing, and it would have worked. It's a really simple way of linking an outfit together, making it look kind of well put together and cohesive with minimal effort. So that's something to think about as well with your accessories. Try and choose them in the same colour, or think of a colour, whether it be a paint colour or a canvas colour, and actually try and choose them in the same colour and just link it through on your outfit. Another option might be you might have a black and white Breton striped top, maybe a black leather jacket, pair of jeans, and maybe a tan belt, tan pair of shoes. Don't think you can't put tan and black together, because you absolutely can as well. So I hope you found that helpful. One of the best things to do is as well, in terms of colour, if you've got a pattern, so let's say you've got a white dress with red flowers on. So I would always, if you're going to choose, you're thinking, well, what do I put together with outfit? Do I wear white shoes? Because the vast majority of the dress is white. Or do I wear a white bag? You know, what do I do? I would pick out the red. So always, if you've got a print on a garment that you're going to wear, whether it be a dress or a jumpsuit, whatever it is, pick one of the colours from the print out of it and use that for your accessories. And the reason why I say that is because then you don't have to link it through accurately. My shoes in this outfit, my belt and my bag aren't all exactly the same shade of tan, but because there's distance between them, it works. So if you've got a print on a garment, it's smaller, it's much easier to match that colour to one of your accessories than trying to match it to the backdrop of that print, to the vast majority of that print. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know in the comments about your colours and what colours you've chosen for your capsule wardrobe, and whether you've got any questions, you know, about how do I mix and match them or whatever it is. But I hope you found that helpful, because what I wanted to try and do is give you the tools so that it's not just a case of have these colours and have those colours, because it doesn't work for everybody. You know, I don't believe in these standard capsule wardrobe kind of palettes that people put out, because they don't look great on everybody. And also it needs to be something you like. It needs to shine out your personality. Your personality needs to shine through on your wardrobe, not some kind of cut and paste thing that's supposed to work for everybody, because it will never work that way. It has to be what you love, what suits your colouring, and cohesive. So I hope you found that helpful. If you've managed to watch this till the end, I've got a little bonus for you. If you go to the website at capsuleclosetstylist.com, I'll put it in the comments, it should be running across here sometime, sort of now. I am offering you 20% off for a limited time only. So get over to the website and order yourself a colour analysis and a body shape style guide, and you can become so much more intentional about what you buy. Instead of going, oh, I need a pair of trousers for work, and just going and getting some standard black pair of trousers, you can go, oh, actually, I've chosen French navy. And as I'm an apple shape, I know I need a pair of trousers that need to do up at the side, and actually I want them flat fronted and they need to be a wide leg. Oh, and actually this season it's coming into winter, so I need something that's warm, but I don't like wool, so I need something that's lined. So now you're not just looking for a pair of black trousers for work, you are looking for a French navy pair of wide leg trousers with a side fastening, flat front, that are in wool or a heavier material that are lined. It's much more intentional, and when you become much more intentional about what you're buying and you're putting into your wardrobe, and you specifically look at the styles that suit you and you look at the colours that suit you, it works. It works. It's much easier to create an outfit from it, and you'll go out feeling confident. Trust me, it works. So head over to the website, grab that while you can. If you've got any comments, post them in the comments. Sorry, if you've got any comments, post them in the comments below. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And let me know what else you'd like to see. I'd love to get your feedback on what other videos you'd like to see. And I'll see you soon. Take care.